The first thing the woman did after she was reborn was walk straight into the underground archive of the Gu family villa. The servants were still half asleep and the early morning light had not yet reached the deepest corridors of the estate. She calmly opened a locked metal cabinet that in her past life had only ever been accessed by her husband's trusted people. In that past life she had died without ever understanding that everything she had lost had already been written down in advance. It was carefully prepared like a script waiting for its actress to arrive at the wrong time. Her name was Song Wan, and in her previous life she had been the legal wife of Gu Yichen, the heir of the Gu conglomerate. A woman who had entered the family through what everyone called a perfect marriage that united two powerful clans. Yet behind that perfect image she had spent 3 years slowly being erased from her own position, while Ningzu replaced her. Ningzu had been brought into the villa as a distant relative, gradually replacing her presence in every space that mattered. It started subtly, with Ningzu appearing fragile in front of Gu Yichen, always lowering her gaze at the right moments. Whenever Song Wan tried to question why Ningzu was suddenly involved in family matters, Gu Yichen would respond with mild irritation. He told her she was becoming too controlling, that Ningzu was only helping with administrative tasks because she was organized. Then came the financial documents that began to shift, contracts that bore her name but were never signed in her memory. Ningzu would be standing nearby with red eyes and trembling hands, apologizing while making Song Wan look like the aggressor. The Gu family's internal inheritance restructuring system had already reached a threshold she did not know existed. Ningzu had quietly been feeding it her identity parameters for months through small permissions no one thought to question. On the night everything collapsed, Song Wan found her name already replaced in the official family ledger. Ningzu stood beside Gu Yichen holding his arm gently, and when Song Wan demanded an explanation, he only looked tired. He said that the board had reviewed everything and that she should rest, because she was clearly under too much pressure. She was sent away to a medical facility, or every attempt to contact the outside world was filtered and denied. Song Wan finally understood there would be no rescue, and she ended her life alone inside a locked room. Now, reborn before the system reached completion, she stood inside the archive room holding the inheritance adjustment draft. As she flipped through the pages she could see the structure of the trap repeating itself, relying on the slow erosion of certainty. This time, Song Wan did not walk back to confront anyone, nor did she raise her voice or demand explanations. Instead she began quietly reconstructing every access point the Gu system relied on, starting with the archival authentication keys. The steward arrived an hour later, but Song Wan only smiled calmly and handed over a revised inventory request. She explained that she wanted to review all dormant contracts for tax preparation, a request so normal it could not be refused. As the steward left, she quietly installed a mirrored access log into the terminal, using the permission structure once used against her. By the time Gu Yichen entered the villa, Song Wan was already sitting in the main hall drinking tea as if nothing had changed. When he mentioned that Ningzu had prepared breakfast for everyone, Song Wan only nodded politely and agreed. At the dining table, Ningzu played her usual role perfectly, speaking softly about how grateful she was to the Gu family. Song Wan simply observed every interaction with the calmness of someone watching a process she had already studied. When Ningzu mentioned financial restructuring documents, Song Wan placed her chopsticks down with deliberate control. She asked what system had been used to generate the drafts, noting that no restructuring should have been initiated this month. Ningzu hesitated for a fraction longer than necessary before saying it was probably just internal administrative preparation. Song Wan already knew that hesitation mattered more than explanation, because it meant a hidden access point. After breakfast, she returned to the archive room and saw every attempt Ningzu made being recorded in real time. There was a dormant protocol labeled Identity Reinforcement Cycle, designed to replace one legal identity with another. Song Wan finally understood the true shape of the system. It was about making the original person slowly become less verifiable. She stood up and walked toward the villa's central communication hub, intending to interrupt the pattern before it reached completion.